Christmas Eve, 2021, 19 people in my house, a ham in the oven, and my wife calling my name from the kitchen in a voice I hadn't heard in 20 years of marriage. The water in that sink wasn't going down, it was coming up. By the time I got there, it was over the toe of my boot, running into the seams of the oak floor. And oak doesn't forgive you. $300 for a plumber who didn't want to be working that night. $1,500 more for the floor. But the part I remember is his face. He had the line open, he was working something loose, and he stopped. He looked up at me. He asked how long I'd lived in the house. 3 years, I told him. He said, "Then this is yours." What he pulled out of my drain that night, I'll show you in a few minutes, because it explains the whole thing, and because I put it there myself with a decision that took me about 4 seconds in the spring of 2018. Here's what still bothers me. $4 a year would have stopped it. I'm Otis. Where I grew up in northern Alabama, nobody had a plumber on speed dial. My granddaddy Silas came up in the Depression, and he wore one saying out on me, "A lazy man works twice as hard," so we never waited for the pipes to back up. We watched how the water went down, and we treated the drains before they had a chance to slow. Today, I'm going to show you the reaction that turns the grease inside your pipes into actual soap. 1 bag of washing soda once a month. And if you water your garden with your dishwater, stay with me. There's a catch to this, and I'm going to tell you about it, instead of pretending it isn't there. Drains don't clog overnight. Cooking fat goes down warm, cools on the pipe wall, and leaves a film about as thick as a coat of paint. Then another, then another. It's sticky, so everything coming through gets caught and held. And you see none of it, because it happens in the dark. In 2018, I put in 3 peach trees on the sandy end of my yard, maybe 20 feet off the main line. Wendell from across the road came over to watch me dig the way he does. He told me copper is a natural shield, that roots won't go near it. I had a length of ground wire left over from rewiring the barn, so I dropped it in the trench alongside the pipe and covered it up. I felt clever. That was the problem. I felt clever enough that I quit doing my monthly cleanings. The wire did nothing. Roots don't care about copper. So here's what the plumber pulled out of my line on Christmas Eve. Not a clog, a rope, 3 feet of black peach root, and every strand of it set hard in 36 months of my own kitchen grease. Like mortar in a brick wall. The tree found the pipe on its own. It always would have. The grease is what let it stay. Most folks buy the liquid drain cleaner. That bottle is caustic lye, or it's acid. Pour it down, and it doesn't sit there. It reacts, and reacting makes heat. Inside a dark 2-inch pipe, the temperature can shoot past 200 degrees. Your PVC is rated for 140. So it softens the joints and it warps the plastic, and you get a leak behind the drywall that you won't find until the wood under it has gone soft. On septic, it's worse. A tablespoon of that can knock out the bacterial colony in your tank, and those bacteria are the entire reason the tank works. What we used at home was washing soda, sodium carbonate. Don't confuse it with baking soda. That's bicarbonate, pH 8.3, far too weak to touch grease. Washing soda sits at pH 11. It dissolves in water, goes after the free fatty acids in cooking fat, and turns them into soluble salts. Soap, real soap, made on the inside of your own drain line out of the grease that was choking it, and soap leaves with the water. Once a month, 2 tablespoons of sodium carbonate in 1 liter of warm water, around 110 degrees, warm on your wrist, nowhere near hot enough to bother PVC. Pour it down, walk away for 20 minutes, then flush with warm tap water for a full minute. to carry the soap out. Wear gloves. pH 11 will dry your hands and leave them cracked. I want to be straight about that, because washing soda is a chemical too. The difference, it'll dry your hands, but it won't blind the dog if he licks the floor, and it won't eat a hole in your pipe while you sleep. If you run your dishwater onto your beds, hear this, that water carries sodium. And sodium is the one thing clay soil cannot handle. It gets between the clay particles and pushes them apart, and the structure collapses into a dense gray mess that won't pass oxygen. Roots suffocate. It shows up as leaf burn first, worst on blueberries. Enough of it, and you push the soil past pH 8.0, and above 8.0, the iron locks up. Leaves go yellow, while your soil test says there's plenty of iron. There is, the plant just can't have it. So here's what I do, and it isn't clever. On treatment day, I catch the flush in a bucket and I pour it down the toilet. 30 seconds, once a month. The other 29 days, the gray water goes on the garden like always. A box of washing soda runs about $4, and it lasts me a year. Now price the other road. A plumber charges $49 to $150 just to come look at it. And if it's the main line, call one out on a Saturday, and you're looking at $900 before he's back in his truck. A plumber has no reason on earth to teach you this. His income shows up when your pipes fail. 3 more things. Pull the pop-up stopper out of your bathroom sink once a month and wipe it. Hair builds a collar on it 2 inches down. In my house, that stopper is the problem 9 times out of 10. And most of you have never had yours out once. Flushable wipes are not. They stay whole in the line for months, catching on every joint. And keep grease out of the kitchen drain. It doesn't stop where you can reach it. It makes it 15 or 20 feet down the horizontal run and hardens there, where no plunger will ever touch it. Learn to listen. A gurgle isn't a clog. A gurgle is a blocked roof vent. The pipe is trying to breathe. A smell from a sink nobody uses means the P-trap dried out. Run it 10 seconds. But if 3 drains slow down in the same week, that's your main line. And that's the one time you pick up the phone. The peach trees are still standing out there. So is that oak floor, the second one, the $1,500 one. I walk across it every morning to make coffee. And every morning, I think about the $4 box under the sink. First Saturday of the month, 20 minutes. A lazy man works twice as hard.